YouTube, how the duck you doing, Duck Films here. Today I'm going to be showing you quite literally the only two ACR builds you need in XDefiant. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the first ACR build. For the first build, we're going to be focusing on a couple things: the fire rate, ADS speed, sprint to fire, and movement speed. For the first build, I'm going to be opting to use no muzzle, as I want to use a reflex sight, and I still want to use some other attachment, and I don't have the quote-unquote pay-to-win ACR skin, so we're going to be running no muzzle. Now, if you do have that pay-to-win skin, or you prefer just using the iron sights, then I would recommend either using the muzzle booster or barrel extender. Moving on to the barrel for this specific ACR build, we're going to be running the rapid fire barrel. Now, as we all know, the ACR has a little bit of a slow rate of fire, so we're going to be slapping on that rate of fire barrel so we get that 5% increase. Now, the rapid fire barrel, although it has two negatives of minus 20 vertical and horizontal recoil control, the gun is still fairly easy to control, and I highly encourage you to use rapid fire for this specific build. After slapping on that rapid fire barrel, you're then going to come to the front rail and equip that super light front rail. I'm not sure what it is, but honestly, the super light front rail just feels the best on most guns to me personally. But with the super light front rail, you get 10% ADS speed and 2.5 movement speed. However, you do get minus 10% recoil recovery, but I believe the trade-off is worth it, as you can definitely improve that recoil recovery with the rest of the attachments we have left. We then are going to be using the reflex sight. We're going to be running no magazine, and for the rear grip, we're going to be using the quick draw grip. Now, the quick draw grip is going to do a couple things for us. The first thing is going to give us ADS time plus 10%, sprint to fire time plus 10%, with aiming stability minus 15%. Now, honestly, the quick draw grip is by far one of the best grips in the game, and I highly encourage you to use it on most of your weapons. You're probably wondering how we counteract all of that recoil stability issues. So to counteract it, we're going to be using the padded stock. The padded stock gives 15% recoil recovery and 10% aiming stability, as well as 5% ADS flinch control, so overall a pretty solid ACR build. Now, like I said, this build is intended for a high rate of fire, ADS speed, sprint to fire, and movement speed, but the thing you do lose is recoil control. And here are the stats of the build if you really want a more in-depth look and to really understand if you really want to use this build or not. Now, diving straight into our second ACR build, as it's primarily going to focus on recoil recovery, ADS speed, sprint to fire, movement speed, ADS movement speed, and much more. We're trying to maximize our pros and really trying to minimize our cons with this specific build. But starting things off with the muzzle, we're going to be running the barrel extender. Now, the barrel extender is going to do two things: a 10% to both short and medium range, meaning you can take gunfights that are fairly decent at range. Next, we're going to be rocking the lightweight barrel. Now, the lightweight barrel is again going to do two things: plus 15% ADS speed and plus 5% movement speed. Now, notice how there's minus 10 short range and medium range? Well, that's the reason why we put on the barrel extender, to counteract the downside of the lightweight barrel, so pretty much putting it back to a balanced state. We're then going to be running the tactical front grip. Now, the tactical front grip is going to give us 5% ADS time with a minus 5% ADS move speed. However, we do gain 35% recoil recovery, so we're just trying to have a weapon that's super stable to fight at medium and long range. Now, when it comes to the optics, you're going to want to run no optics. However, I prefer having a red dot. It's just easier for myself. Now, for the rear grip, you're going to use one of the two, quick draw grip. It's up to you to decide what you really want. I can tell you how to build a weapon how I would like it, but it's going to be different to your playstyle and how you like the weapon. Then if you were running no optic sight, you would then put on the lightweight stock, pretty much turning the ACR into somewhat of a SMG. And here are the stats of the weapon. You can see they're fairly balanced. Now, if you like these builds and you want to see more, do me a favor, please hit that sub button, as it greatly helps me out. But we're going to finish off this video with some gameplay. If you stay for the gameplay, I really appreciate it. If not, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.